To start the weekend, I eat pasta. It's the diet of racers. Mealtime, it's potatoes. And Florian, how do you prepare? Well, given we're here, it's duck confit. For the second round of the French Championship, we're in Nogaro, a historic village with an 11th century church. And then there's a legendary arena, some 50 meters long. No bulls here though. And there are vineyards everywhere. But if we're here, it's because of the Paul Armagnac circuit.
Andre,
welcoming the superbikes, it's important for Nogaro. Yes, it's traditional. It's historic. We were the first circuit to host the Open, and the President Jacques Boll reminded us of that recently. It's also a pleasure, especially as we have good riders. The club functions well, and I'm the president of a happy club who looks after his riders who have good results. We didn't become champions, but we're happy to host everybody. The French Superbike Championship takes place on a number of circuits, but at Nogaro there's a special atmosphere, I'd say. We asked him. Yeah, there's history. Our philosophy is to be welcoming here. We are here for the riders, and we do everything in order for them to feel comfortable.
On met la place en fonction de ce qu'ils ont besoin. Et c'est important. Il faut qu'ils se sentent à l'aise. Et c'est ce qui fait Nogaro.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a de spécial?
And what's special about the circuit, we asked?
Il a une âme.
Oh, it has a soul.
Parce qu'il a des dirigeants.
The people who run this place are up at dawn serving the sport, whether it's bikes, cars, national or international competition. We change the timetable about and let time take care of itself.
Les horaires, on essaye de les calculer. C'est moi qui ai lancé l'idée d'interrompre entre midi et 2 heures les courses. Pourquoi? Parce qu'il faut laisser le temps au temps de manger, de voir les courses.
Well, now you know everything about Nogaro, the town and its track. Now time for the competition. Kenny Foray, Mathieu Lagrive. Can they live up to the standards of a local rider, a certain Jeremy Garnoni? We'll find out. Hello, I'm Hugo Claire, I'm 22 and I ride in superbikes. I started in 2009 at the age of 15 with my father, and I took part in the trophy. I won a few races and climbed through the categories. I did Supersport and was 5th, and then in 2016 I took the title. It was a great year. Hugo had already started competing when I met him. I went to a race and I saw that he was his own mechanic as well as racing. I said to him that if he wanted to progress then I needed to help him, and I brought him into my structure. He's like my second dad. I'm always round at his. He has a concession not far from me and I'm always there or at his house. At lunch on Sunday sometimes I don't warn him and just turn up to eat. Our relationship is like father-son. We're friends, but at the same time I'm the boss who shouts at him. And when you do something silly, what happens, we ask? Even if they try, they don't shout that much, so it's okay. It's more often me doing it, even when I'm wrong. It's true that sometimes it can be difficult, and there's times when we need to be apart and not speak to each other as much and see each other less. I really try to distinguish between the person and the rider. I have a lot of affection for Hugo, but that doesn't mean that the temperature doesn't rise. He was even close to losing his ride at one point. I have a strong character. He always wants to be right. It's difficult. We can shout at each other. I leave, and then we don't speak for 3 days, just like in a couple. An example from Manicourt from 2 or 3 years ago. I won the race, but I had a coming together with Cédric Tong after the finish. The track doctors needed to hold him back as he wanted to break everything. He's on edge a lot and asks a lot of questions of himself, but when he's confident, he's really difficult to beat. He's a good rider, and he'll prove it again this year in Superbikes. I think a lot. Sometimes I sit down and just look at the floor and think. It's a bit bizarre. At the same time, I can be relaxed, reflective, and calm.
C'est un peu bizarre, je suis détendu, mais à côté de ça, je suis quand même pas mal réfléchi, je suis assez posé, réfléchi, je réfléchis toujours à ce que je vais faire.
When I'm on the track, I think a lot, and when I'm back in the box, I say to myself that I overanalyze things. It's difficult to deal with. I think too much. But I think that when everything's okay, I'll be a really good rider. We call him the little Mexican. He has so much energy and he's a ball of nerves. A final word? It's about enjoying yourself on the bike, that's essential. The same thing in one's private life. The key is to have no regrets. Hello everybody, and what a pleasure it is to be with you for another masterclass. We're going to immerse you in the world of French superbikes. Today we're off to uncover a crazy world, a team sport. Welcome to Sidecars. Sidecar is a crazy discipline that demands admiration. To understand it better, we followed a certain Sébastien Delannoy, the rider that's won more than anybody in history. 14 times a French champion, he's the main man when it comes to French sidecar. Hi Sébastien, what's this? Oh, it's a speed sidecar. It's designed for racing on circuits. Its entire technical evolution is designed for the track. This is a prototype, isn't it? How is it built then? Well, you can put it together yourself or you can buy one second hand. It's a prototype and so the basis is there and then you personalize it. You're free to adapt your machine. Yeah, you personalize things. We're free to do what we want as long as you stay within the 1000cc limit. In the French Championship there are two categories, F1 and F2. What does it mean? F2s are small chassis with 600cc engines. A very good machine for starting out. The basis is there and there's not much setup work to do. And this is the blue ribbon category then. Yes, and you need experience because in terms of setup it's no limit. We can alter everything from suspension to the electronics, the wheels, the chassis and the engine. And he's experienced, of course, and that's important because the machine manages 200 horsepower for 230 kilos, an incredible power-weight ratio, and the riding position is scary. So you lie down here and you've just got the exhaust near your bust. Are you mad? Maybe, it's possible.
Le sidecar est surtout un sport.
Sidecar is above all a team sport, and we'll quickly grow to understand that. Sebastian proposed to us to take the position alongside him on the Nogaro track. That's the co-position, a massively important position for the stability of the prototype in the corners. A quick-fire lesson then with the teammate of the champion, Kevin Rousseau. Kevin, how do you get installed on this? I don't feel comfortable here. Well, I'll show you. In the straights, it's simple. You hold on to these two handles and you get as low as you can for the aerodynamics. When you're in the right-handers, you get hold of the first handle, press, and then you look for the second handle to get the weight distribution right. For the left, you go and look for stability off at the side, and then back into the straights, you come back like this. I understood nothing there, we said. And what have you got planned? You get out on the left? For now, it's okay, but frankly, I'm not very comfortable. Away we go. It's crazy. The acceleration is violent. In the corners, you get thrown to the outside. I don't dare to look. I shouldn't have had extra foie gras at lunch. Are you okay there? Was it okay?
Le résultat était positif. Vous êtes des grands malades. Hein.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're all crazy. A question of balance, strong sensations, eyes fixed on a simple ambition. Winning in Nogaro, one of the legendary places in French motorsport. And on day one, the clock took a battering. At this level, we're not talking about precision, but about a demonstration. Joris Ngoulia here in fourth, the undoubted leader in the qualifying sessions, even on a track that was slightly damp in the morning. Behind him, nobody could keep up with the pace. Charles Aubry forced the issue. He was second and third in the time sessions. Watch out too for Hugo Chapon in great form on the drying track. Decidedly, we can't hold them back. The Supersport aces tried things all day long. The king of the first session, Hugo Casadeus, set the reference time in the morning. Cedric Tong, back from injury, was seventh in the first session and managed to take a pole position in the afternoon. Others still have cards to play. Peter Polesso will go off second in the first race on Sunday, followed by Guillaume Antiga. Louis Bull is also up there after a fall that wasn't serious in the time testing. A sprinkle of guanoni, a zest of foray, and all topped off with a bit of ginesse. That's the recipe for the time sessions on Saturday in Nogaro, and it tasted good. Guanoni out, pedal to the metal, and he set the reference time under pressure from a David Schecker, thirsty for the win. For the first race, the front row will be Guanoni, Foray and Ginesse. Guanoni sets a track record, outstanding from him. With the way that went, Sunday was going to... 14 times a French champion, Sébastien Delanois is the king of the sidecar. His teammate Rousseau is absent after suffering a small fall in testing. His replacement is a girl, Emmanuelle Clément. The pair get away quickly at the front, and leave Moreau Jr. battling it out with Lebai-Leveau. Experience pays off as Delanois excels. Moreau and Lebai defend their positions. For the rest, Sunday sunshine. Not worth standing on your head. One swallow doesn't make a summer. Timing is one thing, racing another. Every detail, every position counts. Every race matters. Every time it's a bit of the same old story. As Superbike highlights coming up here, the race to the checkered flag. It's maybe one of the last times we'll see a demonstration from Joris Ingrulla. While he's racing superbly and honing his riding skills and showed all his talent in the 2 Sunday races, the next rounds of the French Championship in PRIX Moto3 promise to be much more competitive with the return of Clément Rouget. Hugo Chapon was right up with the pace too, and he finished a good second for the weekend, followed by another young gun with a thirst for victory, a certain Charles Aubry. Bring on Ledenon. Hugo Casadesu knows it. His strength is starts. Pole position for him to start the day, but the race would turn out differently. Behind, there are plenty going for it, and they can't wait to try and get a win, like Clément Stoll and Louis Bull with his new machine. A bit of patience, the Suzuki is in the peloton, ready to fight it out with the leading positions. Louis Bull is powering through the wind, alone out in front. But with the slipstream, the Tiger Cedric Tong manages to steal the win from him twice over the weekend. Bull knows, though, that the Suzuki of Cedric Tong won't be as at ease at Ledenon in a few weeks' time. Behind them, there's some controlled and hopeful racing, as the riders aim to score precious points like Guillaume Antiga. The weekend podiums resemble each other then, and there's no doubt that Louis Bull will be out for revenge near Nîmes at the end of the month. Nogaro is a circuit charged with emotion for the riders. Getting onto the starting grid is a sort of homage. Guanoni, as an asphalt prince, sets the tone. He escapes quickly, too quickly for the fox in the box, Kenny Foray. He hasn't raced since the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and the rhythm here is totally different. It requires adaptation, as for David Checker on his Yamaha number 94. The safety car had to come out following a fall from Mathieu Luciane. Guanoni in total control at the front and taking victory ahead of the informed David Perret, and then Kenny Foray with his finesseful riding style. That said, Guanoni is in a bit too much of a hurry and makes a mistake. The fall in the second heat isn't serious, although it does allow Kenny Foray to express himself, holding off David Perret's attack. The positions don't change until the race is interrupted. David Checker completes the podium, pretty reassuring after his Le Mans abandonment. There are sometimes a few little surprises that perturb the racing. Delanois Rousseau in second position for a few laps. It had been a while since we'd seen him in the French Championship. The second race of the weekend has the number 33 as provisional leader. A local, L'Église Olivier, affiliated to ASM Armagnac Vigor, but he has to give in to the inevitable. Despite mantle resistance, the attacks are too much. Delanois, the boss here, escaping to another win with a thought for his official wingman, a certain Kevin Rousseau, injured this weekend. Well, after the Nogaro round, the next will be near Nîmes at the end of the month in Léognan. All the stars will be there, and we'll be there too for the third round.